Phoenix here with the Serie A transfers tier list. Well, the ones that have happened so far. We'll, of course, expect plenty more to come, but as always, we'll cover them with another video at the very end. But I'll be ranking the ones so far. Now, yes, I am wearing the Inter shirt, just in case there's anybody new, but obviously, as most of you guys will testify, I am a humble, non-biased, non-agenda-driven football expert. So don't worry, I always call it like it is. Let's get straight into it. There's a few players to rank. We'll begin with Milan, who, well, a Milan player. They've been very active in this transfer window. The right back, Atukukome is his name. I haven't watched much of him. I'm going to chuck him in the meh. He's got potential. He's only 20 years old. For Milan's sake, they'll be hoping it's not another Emerson Royal situation. But with Milan only playing one game a week, I can't see him starting ahead of Jimenez. I do like Jimenez a lot. So with that in mind, I'm going meh. Up next, we got Beccauma from Napoli. Obviously, they bought him from Bologna, spent big money on him. Yeah, I'm going to put him in great. I like him. He's slow. Napoli obviously needed that other centre-back to cover for Buongiorno when he gets injured. The interesting thing is if he can officially, so to speak, break into that starting 11, because Rahmani and Buongiorno had a very good partnership. I'm going great. I think he'll do well for them. Up next, Leon Bailey. Straight in the flops. These are the tier lists for those wondering how we rank. This is someone who not even Gasperini will be able to revive. If anybody watched Aston Villa last season, watched the Premier League, you'd understand that this is a brainless footballer. Sure, he can run, sure, he can dribble, but what's the point of having that if you have zero end product because your decision making is always horrific? I cannot see this working out. Up next, we got Beckauma's replacement, Vidic, who Bologna bought as a centre-back. I've been watching this guy a little bit. From what I have seen, I don't think he will succeed. I'm going to chuck him in underwhelming, not quite flops. He's got big shoes to fill, and I don't think he will succeed at Bologna. Up next is the first Inter player, Boni. Now, we have to always put things into perspective. He's coming in to replace the likes of Arnautovic and Correa. Whether he'll obviously be an out-and-out starter, we'll see. And he's still very young with immense potential. The weakness that he has is very clear. He cannot shoot the ball. He's excellent at hold-up play. He's good at running at defenders. He can dribble, but he cannot shoot. That worries me a little bit. So as a result, I can only put him great. I'll put him at the top of great, but I'm hesitant to put him any higher because of the fact that he cannot shoot. If he can develop that, which history tells us is not always a guarantee, then he can easily move up in the tiers. Either way, I'm very excited to watch him. He's already shown immense potential, even in an Inter shirt, scoring 2 goals by getting the ball from the halfway line and getting past everybody. Up next is an Inter player who will be on loan at Genoa, Valentin Carboni. He done extremely well at Monza, then went to Marseille, had that ACL. Listen, I like this player, man. I think he's a fantastic player, and Genoa need that player that can give them that spark. And I believe he will be able to do just that. So we'll be keeping a very close eye on him. Up next is a big one. Como, of course, have been heavy spenders. They are the richest team in Italy. And we got the first one in Baturina. I think this guy's world class. I'm going to be, or he will be world class. Let's put it this way. I think this will be, spoiler alert, the signing of the season. He's an absolutely fantastic player. Croatia are developing so many amazing talents. This guy and Nico Pass are going to be a big, big problem for teams in Italy this season. Keep a very close eye on him. He is an absolute joy to watch. Incredible vision, and he can shoot a ball as well. Madre mia. Up next, Edin Dzeko returns to Italy. I can only go meh. His class is always going to be permanent, but He's obviously, what, 38, 39 years of age now. He's getting up there. I can't see anything higher than Mech. For Fiorentina's sake, of course, they'll be hoping at least if he can hit the grade, if he can even play Inter levels, to be fair, when he was with us, he'll do well with them. But he scored at Fenerbahce still plenty of goals when he was there. But for me, I can't see anything higher than Mech. Another return to Italy, this time Bernardeschi, who was one of those players who went to the MLS, Toronto Raptors to be exact. I believe he's already injured. Me personally, I can only see underwhelming on this one. I'll chuck him right above there. I can't see anything more than that. I never really liked him at Juventus to begin with. He was good at Fiorentina all those years later. I cannot see him working out. Up next is Itzes, who Sassuolo got as centre-back, who was captain of Venezia last season. I think this will be a game changer for Sassuolo. The reason Sassuolo went down a couple of years ago was because of their horrific defense. I'm very surprised with respect to Sassuolo. There wasn't a bigger club that went in for him. Heck, even Inter would desperately need a central centre-back. I think this is a game changer signing for Sassuolo. Now, of course, all of this is relevant to the team. I'm not necessarily saying that he's a better player than Boni or Beckham, but for the club that he's went, I do believe he'll be a game changer for them. Up next will be one of the most interesting players to keep an eye on, Evan Ferguson. Under Gasperini, he's already had a good preseason. I'm chucking him there. I'm chucking him as a game changer. He obviously is coming off a really bad year in the Premier League. Mega potential. If there's any player, or rather any manager, that can unlock a striker, it is Gasperini. This guy got Retegui scoring 26 goals, for crying out loud. Evan Ferguson is a better player with better potential. I'm going with Evan Ferguson to be a game changer for Roma heading into this season. Another player from the Premier League. This one needs no introduction whatsoever. Kevin De Bruyne. He's got to be. He's got to be at the top of game changers. Listen, when I watched De Bruyne last season, he's been riddled with injuries, and that'll be the big question mark, of course, at Napoli. But when I watched him last season, he'll have one game where he looks completely finished, washed. But then the following game, he's the De Bruyne of old. Going to the Serie A with a lower tempo, I think it will suit him more. And when he's got time on the ball, we know the quality he has. This is the greatest Premier League midfielder of all time. And I fully condone, by the way, or rather condone, I fully admire the decision that he took to actually join Napoli and not go Saudi or MLS. And I am fearful of this one as an Inter fan. I am a bit concerned. I think he will deliver for Napoli. Up next, another Como signing, Jesus Rodriguez. They got him from Betis, only 20 years of age. He is fast, very, very fast, direct, mega potential. The end product isn't there yet. So I'm going to put him on at great, right behind Boni. Not quite a game changer, but we also have to keep an eye in the future. He could end up going in this tier. But like I said, he needs to improve the end product, very similar to Boni, but an exciting player to watch. Up next, Jonathan David at Juventus. Probably the toughest one to call this one, because he's proven he scores anywhere. He scored goals for Lille, scores goals for Canada, and in the preseason matches that we've seen, his link-up play looks like it's going to be a huge upgrade over Vlahovic to start with, at least. But I'm not convinced with him as a player. I'm not convinced with his mentality. Obviously, he left on a free. There was a lot of signings, talk he's going to go there, commissions, blah, blah, blah. It's not easy to go from Ligue 1 to the Serie. It is going to be a whole different level. I'm going to go with Jonathan David, relative to expectations, as underwhelming. Maybe that's part of me wishing it as well, but I do think Randall Colomwani, who is also looking like he will be joining Juventus, will still have a better season than Jonathan David would. Up next is a Juventus right back who they exchanged and they got from Porto, Joao Mario. The last time we seen a Joao Mario in Italy was the one at Inter. For Juventus' sake, they better hope he's not like that one. This guy pleasantly surprised me. I'm gonna put him in the great signings. I liked Alberto Costa when he was there. I was surprised they done that swap. But this guy, from the bits I've seen of him, he looks like a player. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but yeah, I'm concerned, and I think Juventus have got themselves a really good right back / right wing back. Up next, Ciro Immobile. Please, man. Underwhelming. What is this, man? Come on, man. Listen, I was one who always found him overrated, even when he was at his peak, scoring 35 goals a season in Italy. But him coming back to Bologna, I cannot see this working out. As a matter of fact, my fear is that he'll block the talented players they have, like Castro as well. So I'm going to chuck him underwhelming. Up next, you may not know who this player is. Trust me, you soon will. Lennon Miller, who is only 18 years of age, from Motherwell to Udinese. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a game changer for Udinese. Mega potential. Yes, of course, there's the question mark whether young players succeed in Italy. But watch out for this guy. From what I have seen, he's got all the makings to be a top player. Up next, also Napoli, Lorenzo Lucca. Now, Lukaku's already out for 3 months. Listen, I was jealous of this. I think this guy will go great. Not a game changer, but he's a great player. He scores goals for fun. Get him the ball in the box and he delivers. I think that'll be a great one for Napoli. So yeah, jealous of that one. Another striker up next to replace Boni. Parma got Frigan, who is also Croatian. Keep an eye on the Croatian talents going to the Serie A. I haven't watched much of him. From what I have seen, I don't think he's going to have the same success as the other Croats. I'm going with him in the mech. They spent about, I think, 10 million on him. Keep an eye. But yeah, I don't think he will deliver. Up next is another Como signing. Konya from Celtic, who is coming off a sensational season with Champions League experience. This guy for me will be a game changer. I'm chucking him right behind Kevin De Bruyne. Right there. He's direct. He knows where the goal is. His decision making is great. High football IQ. His agility as well in tight spaces. I think he's got all the makings to take Como to the next level that they need to reach, especially playing alongside players like Baturina and Nico Paz and Diao. And of course, Jesus Rodriguez. Wow, what a window for Como. And I think this one in particular will be the one that will make the immediate difference. Up next, Luis Henrique, Inter. I don't get. We needed him. We needed a player of his qualities. Let's put it this way, or his attributes, so to speak. Someone that can take their man on. The problem is, he barely ever does it. Congratulations, Marseille. You've pulled off a scam. 25 million. Flushed down the toilet. Crazy. Up next, Luka Modric, another individual who needs no introduction. Milan fans are hailing him as their Pirlo, let's put it that way, so to speak. A player they haven't had in a very long time. Well, they're in for a surprise if that's the case, because let me tell you something. If you've been watching Real Madrid week in, week out, like I have over the past however many years, his decline has been evident. He is the reason Croatia got eliminated in the group stages. Italy fans should know all about that because he was absolutely horrific in that game. Oh, but Serie has a slower tempo, it will suit him. Please, grow up. He will be underwhelming, borderline flop. No, the reason he's not a flop is because class is permanent, but Father Time is undefeated. Up next, Alvaro Morata at Como. With all the talent Como have, they need that number 9. All of these players feeding him. The issue with Morata is he's never been a clinical finisher. As a result, I'm going meh. But, like I said, he's going to be receiving a lot of service. So it could be borderline great signing. The issue is I've never liked him as a player. Like I said, he works hard, but what Como needed was a clinical player, and I think he's going to be missing plenty of chances. He should score some, but it'll be a meh signing relative to everything else. Up next, Noah Lang. This one, ladies and gentlemen, will end in nothing but an early Napoli exit for Noah Lang. Him and Conte, yeah, good luck with that. It will never, ever work. Yeah, he's got qualities, but stinking attitude. This one will be destined to fail. Up next, Francesco Pio Esposito. I'm not being biased. He will be world class. Of that, there is no doubt about it. Now, there's a question how many minutes he'll get, how much of an impact he will have this season. The answer is it will be immediate. When I tell you guys, he will be starting for Italy in the World Cup. If they make it, heck, he should be starting in the upcoming qualifiers to ensure that they do make it come 2026. That's my prediction. I think he will have a big season for Inter, even if he's not a natural out-and-out starter. His qualities we've lacked. He reminds me a lot of Luca Toni, Christian Vieri, that type of player. And I'm so excited to watch this player. Up next is a big signing from Fiorentina. Solm, who was at Parma. I think this guy will be a game changer for Fiorentina. I'll put him right behind Kevin De Bruyne. He's got everything. A modern midfielder, can do a bit of everything, can score goals as well. We've already seen in the preseason he's been doing well for them in that game against United, and I think he'll have a big season to come in purely system. Up next, Genoa, another midfielder, Stancu from Romania. If you watch the European Championships, you know the quality this man possesses. And yes, he will be a game changer. He is 32 years of age, but Genoa have been crying for a midfielder of his qualities. Him with Carboni, they're going to have fun. And this player, sure, he ain't going to go higher than this. You know, he's 32 years of age, but he will have an immediate impact. And watch out for the set pieces as well. Set piece specialist. Up next, another Inter signing, Petar Sucic. Yeah. I'm putting two Inter players in world class. Of course. Have you been seeing these guys? Madre mia. Petar, another Croatian. The talent that this man has. From the Croatian scouts that I have been speaking to, they've told me he'll be better than Modric. That's all you need to know. Me personally, I'm not sure he'll get that level. I rate Baturina higher, even though Sucic is younger. But again, if you've watched any Inter preseason game, you'd understand this man is destined to the very, very top. Very smart footballer as well. Has the physicality, immaculate dribbling, and can finish as well. Up next, another central midfielder. El Ayouni, Roma got from Ligan, from Lille, I believe. From what I have seen, I think he will be a great signing for them. We know Gasperini also has a good track record with central midfielders, and this man can run. He can do a bit of everything, and I believe Gasperini will get the best out of him. Up next, Estupinan from Milan. Meh. For the price they got him, I think he's good, but he's got big shoes to fill with Theo Hernandez. Sure, he's coming off a bad season, but I think he'll be meh. Estupinan. Right behind Morata. I can't quite see him getting in this tier. Up next is De Winter. Listen, this one is a great one. I'm jealous of them. Milan have been having some difficulties with centre backs. I'll put him right behind Boni and Luca. Or actually, right behind Joao Mario, right there. Somewhere there. Again, modern centre back. Can also play. He's comfortable out wide if need be, which I think that's going to be a key for the way Allegri wants to play, which is looking like it's a back three, but he can rotate, of course, back four. To sell Malik Thiaw for 40 million and get De Winter for 20, I think that's a fantastic piece of business. Up next, Sulemana Atalanta. Again, coming from the Premier League, very good dribbler, zero end product. I think he will be underwhelming. Like I said, if you watch him last season, there's just zilch end product. But he's very good at taking his man on. Up next, Milinkovic-Savic. I think he'll be great. I think he'll be really good for them. I think, obviously, competing with Meret, I think he will be their starting goalkeeper. I think he'll claim that spot of Meret. I was never a big Meret fan. I think Milinkovic-Savic, who's coming off a really good season at Torino, will claim his spot. Up next, Wesley at Roma. Right there, game changer for them. Obviously, he'll be playing right wing back. Roma will be playing that back three that Gasperini plays. And I think he will be immense. From what I have seen of him at Flamengo, he's got immense qualities. The latest transfer, Zalewski from Inter to Atalanta. Listen, the best I've seen from this guy at Inter. I was very skeptical when he first joined us. But I think he will be great for them. Let's put him at the very bottom of great. The best that he's seen, he's very good at taking his man on. He can play left wing, he can play left wing back. For the price, I'm okay selling him for that, but yeah, I think he'll be great for Atalanta. Up next, Ricci from Milan. I can't believe they got him for that cheap. I'll probably chuck him right behind De Bruyne. He looks like a player. He looks like a top player. For 23 million, he'll give the Milan midfield that much needed physicality that they were lacking. He can also play with the ball at his feet. Got it about this. It seems like, again, the player that we were lacking. But believe it or not, he's not even the best Milan midfielder they got, because this guy, Yashari. God damn it. Sure, they sold Rangers on a cheap. Even though he's got different qualities, they spend the money well. This is a player who will reach world-class levels, mark my words. Absolutely fantastic. More defensive. Excellent reading of the game. Excellent. Like, you see him topping the interception stats continuously. But with the ball at his feet, he can pass a ball as well. Long pass, short pass, through pass. He's got everything. God damn it. You're the puta. And last but not least, a Milan player on loan at Lecce, Camarda. The thing is this, I'm going to judge him a little bit different in the sense he's only going to have one season at Lecce, so we have to judge him on his time at Lecce, because I have no doubt he will go to the very top. Like, he'll be world class. But with his season at Lecce, only one season at Lecce, I think he'll go somewhere there. Especially if Kristovic leaves Lecce, his qualities are undisputed. This is a phenom. This is, as much as I like Pio Esposito, Camarda's the one with probably the highest potential out of any number 9 in world football at the moment. Italy have been waiting a lot for a striker, where they got 2 coming. And yeah, for this season at Lecce, he's a game changer. It's a perfect loan. I think they'll stay up because of him. And he'll be ready next season for Milan, I think, already from the get-go. So, yeah, that's it from me. Let me know anything you disagree with. There's the full list. Have a look at it. And let me know. I think I've got it absolutely spot on again. Just like I've done with the Premier League and La Liga one. I'll catch you guys with the Serie A predictions tomorrow or the day after that. Have a good one. Phoenix.